These are the scariest videos I've come across in quite some time, so you know what that means. Prepare to scream. Number 10. A YouTuber named Hello Ryan Holmes lives in a house that you and I want no part of. Scary noises have become part of a daily ritual stemming from paranormal activity, or so he suspects. So when it happens again, Ryan grabs a camera to see if he can catch a ghost on video.
Did you just hear that? I definitely just heard somebody run up the stairs.
Ryan thinks he hears creeping noises of a ghost running up the stairs. Ghost or not, he is definitely not alone. Camera in hand, Ryan gets no further than the kitchen before he realizes.
What the f?
All of the cabinets have mysteriously opened on their own, and when he goes to close them...
Why the f is everything open? What the f? What the f?
He turns around only to find that the ghost has moved every object in his kitchen back to where it was. It looks normal at first, but I think there is an editing cut here at 2 minutes when he briefly zooms into the cabinet for no reason at all. He could have stopped recording, moved all of the objects, and then started recording again to make it seem like it was all done in one take. Number 9. A YouTuber named Saska Adrenaline is posted up in a tree with his friend in the woods when they get sized up by a black bear. That's when the situation changes from a creature sighting to a full-on bear encounter in one scary moment.
Hey.
Or at least that's what they thought was going to happen. Instead, the bear runs up the tree and stops next to them. It looks just as confused and anxiety-ridden as they are. The two tree climbers watch in stunned silence as it takes a tiny sniff of their equipment and then awkwardly climbs back down. Just when they think it's safe and all is well, they finally understand what made the bear display such bizarre behaviors in the first place. It was obviously trying to get away from this much larger bear and ran up next to them without thinking. They're lucky that the larger bear didn't follow them up the tree. It seems highly territorial and much more likely to attack. Number 8. A YouTuber named Sand General captures the moving shadow of a mysterious creature on tape in the Phoenix desert late at night. He and his friend are cautiously driving down a dark and spooky country road when their dog starts making low whining noises that they've never heard before. Sand General stops the car and aims his phone camera. This bizarre encounter with an unknown creature is what he catches on video.
Let's get out of here.
A roaming shadow that stands out from the scenery is caught mysteriously moving from left to right. It looks like the rather large outline of some kind of desert monster waiting to ambush them, and so they turn around and get out of there fast, which is the right plan in my opinion. I would suggest that this large shadow figure is video editing, except listen to the dog. It's genuinely terrified and trying to tell them that they should be scared too.
Let's get out of here.
Number 7. Creepy videos don't get much scarier than the creature caught lurking around Anton Meyer's house. No, his house is not haunted, at least not in the traditional sense, but this scary moment will definitely haunt him for the rest of his days in South Africa. The animal control expert needs to move the snake into a cylinder containment unit on the floor, but as more and more of the creature stretches forth, I don't think it will fit. I wanted to know if this is a snouted cobra like he says it is. If so, these snakes are highly venomous and probably the absolute last species you'd want in your home, let alone in such an intimate area. Oh, and by the way, according to the description of this video, the handler accidentally lost his grip and the snake made the watery retreat back to where it came from. Hopefully it doesn't make a second appearance when they least expect it, but since cobras tend to be territorial during certain parts of the year, it's likely to return at some point. Number 6. A YouTube channel called Paranormal Voyages has one of the best videos of otherworldly evidence I've seen in a long time. This haunting video is taken at the Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada, a place where you can spend the night with over 2,000 creepy clown dolls inside. While they're busy addressing any spirits nearby, one of the life-size clown mannequins reaches out for a ghost hunter and possibly makes contact with them. Watch its arm move on its own.
Are you a textual?
She looks back genuinely surprised, only to see the clown doll smiling innocently at her, as if it's never moved by itself. I guess somebody could have been hiding behind the creepy doll to make its arm move, but if not, then this would have to be one of the scariest moments I've ever seen caught on tape. Number 5. Thomas Hayes has been hearing scary loud sounds lately, strange scratching noises coming from inside of the wall, right next to where he sleeps at night. Anxiety mixes with fear as he dismantles the electric socket to investigate what's gone wrong behind the walls. And let me tell you, the source of the scary sounds is beyond creepy. He tries not to scream as he finds the wall is filled with an endless number of fried insects, roaches to be exact, and look, at 30 seconds he absent-mindedly flicks one off with his finger. That's not exactly the reaction I was expecting, and certainly not what I would have done, but I guess he was shocked at the time. Speaking of, I can't help but wonder how safe it is to prod around an electrical socket with a screwdriver in the first place. I know he probably turned the power off, but I feel like it could still hold a charge. Someone tell me in the comments. Number 4. Abnormal Alabama is all about discussing the weirdest and scariest things imaginable, and this is probably one of their most frightening videos. These creepy dolls are said to be possessed by something paranormal according to their owner, Kevin Kane, the man in the white shirt, and they aren't afraid to show it. When the host is busy talking about his own bizarre experiences with the haunted dolls, the creepy dolls provide the best paranormal evidence right in front of the camera.
They had all kinds of dolls that were haunted, were supposedly haunted. They had death masks. They actually had the cap they would put.
Not only are the creepy dolls caught on tape moving, which is scary enough, but if you look closely, you'll see one doll moves its eyes first. Its eyelids briefly twitch before the doll moves by itself. I also wanted to point out as a counterpoint that the dolls could be falling over because of how they were positioned. At 20 seconds, Kevin leans back and the other guest moves his laptop, so maybe they bumped the table and accidentally made it look like the dolls were haunted and moving on their own. Or maybe not. Number 3. When somebody finds a spider in their home, some people would swat it on the spot with the nearest object, while others would try to find some way to let it go outside. Then there are a small percentage who would grab a camera and let the spider crawl all over them, like Fayo3 here.
Oh yeah. I got a spider crawling on me.
He never intended for the arachnid to take a detour across his throat and then stamp its way across his face. He manages to stay calm and only has one thing to ask.
And it's crawling on my face, isn't it?
Why, yes it is. Right towards your ear hole, unfortunately. Thinking fast, he tries to divert the spider away from his ear, but ends up encouraging it to almost burrow straight inside. He is so lucky that the spider decides not to do that, because that would have been a horrible trip to the hospital for sure. Not that having a spider in your hair is any consolation prize, but you get what I mean. Number 2. 2020 has already been a terrifying year, and the continuous sightings of a strange creature in the woods, one who watches people with glowing white eyes, isn't helping anyone feel less stressed out. This mysterious creature sighting comes from the Danimator's channel, who says these glowing eyes were watching him through his window right outside of his house. He goes to the edge of his property and stands at the fence, trying his best to make sense of the unknown creature before him. Some people are saying this is a raccoon or an owl, while others are saying no way, that this is something way scarier. I agree that it's weird to see some scary eyes from the woods looking at you in your own house, and could be something smarter than the average animal. Anyway, this reminds me of another creepy creature sighting in the woods taken months later. I've covered this one before, but here's a brief clip for comparative purposes. I think this might be the same type of creature, whatever it is.
I can't even tell what animal that is.
I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This father has decided to take Halloween to the next level with a costume like this, and he thinks it's going to make his kids scream like never before.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to scare the crap out of my kids. I've got my phone right here, a clicker to turn it on, and this is my Halloween costume. It's actually...
This is so well put that all he needs to do is one press of a button for this terrifying zombie-like creature to start trying to gnaw his face, equipped with some crazy sound effects as well.
I've got sound devices down here.
And finally, it's time to see if his plan will be a success or not.
Okay.
I'd say he definitely succeeded in having his children scream their faces off, but I gotta say I'd be pretty upset if my parent tried a prank like this. Let's hope they're better sports than I am, because otherwise they might be having nightmares about this for a long time. Fear forms true bonds. So with that in mind, I hope you scream as much as I did from these scary videos.